want to talk about
following
Queen Candace too, because there are parallels between all this stuff. You might think, well, what's Queen Candace got to do? It's the same attitude of dumb approaches to questions. Because the Muslim approach to religion, as you guys saw with, for example, Naeem, when I debated Naeem, you'll notice that all of the reasons why he believed what he believed, and I don't doubt that they were honest reasons why he believed it, but they were terrible arguments. And this is something that people don't understand. You got to have good arguments for your beliefs, not just any arguments, right? Not just any old reasons, because you can have bad reasons for your beliefs. And we saw that with Naeem, the reasons that he believed in his Quranic position was because Allah speaks with a declarative voice, it speaks to him, and it's simple and supposedly preserved. None of those things prove the religion to be true because those are all non sequiturs. I could grant all of those things, and none of those things are good arguments for why I ought to believe the Quran is Allah's message to humanity. And the same thing with Queen Candace, as we've been pointing out for a year now. Oh, you're fitting the official story. You're a shill. I have questions about the official story, and we pointed out that the entire time. I've had criticisms of TPUSA and Erica Kirk the entire time. But none of that proves that I'm working for TPUSA, nor does that prove that even if Candace asks this or that question that's a good question, it doesn't follow from that the rest of the crazy shit is in any way helpful or rational. It's dumb. So she actually shoots herself in the foot and this whole side of the discussion by this kind of dumb stuff. And we have interacted with the Gematria tards, I don't know how many times. I'm not muted on X, so I don't understand why. How could I be muted on X when it's like, I think the spaces are just not working. Can you guys not hear me? I mean, we were talking with a guy a minute ago, and like people are having a really hard time getting on here, and it was in and out. So I think the X spaces are just not working today. So there's no point in that. So might as well just turn it off. This keeps being a problem too, because we did an X space a couple days ago, and the X spaces weren't working. Yeah, I wasn't muted. I was unmuted the whole time. So, I mean, you heard me talking to a couple people at the beginning. So let's look at again why this is a bad line of argumentation, and it's actually just hurting the whole Queen Candace approach. Watch this.
Charlie's assassination, when virtually nothing they were telling us made any sense. And all of the leaders who were communicating to us just felt the need to keep saying 33.
And again, I have questions about this event, right? I don't think that the FBI has told the truth about it. I think there's questions about shutting down investigations into foreign stuff, okay? I think there is motive in terms of foreign stuff. But I don't have proof. And this is what's so kind of frustrating about the conspiracy side of this. It's very similar to what we saw post Big 9 event, right? I have a lot of critiques about the Big 9 event. I did not believe the official story of the Big 9 event. It doesn't mean though that I know all of the details of everything that happened with Big 9, but I stick to the big pieces of evidence that I think support my case, one of which is like the PNAC documents or the writings of Brzezinski, et cetera. Those kinds of things are, I think, important details. Vigilant Guardian, the drills, all those things are really good pieces of evidence, strong evidence in my view. But going into and relying on these numerology patterns and nonsense, this is schizo-y level stuff for the wine moms. And I'm the one that's been calling out the wine moms in this audience for the last year. I've been pointing out for a year now, her whole audience is a bunch of stay-at-home wine moms, which is good. The moms ought to be at home, but they don't need to be at home on that wine. You know what I'm saying? They're Mad Dog 2020ing, and it's not Oprah no more. It's Queen Candace. You just jealous. You just jealous. I'm not jealous. I'm trying to tell you, if you wanted to make a good case for the conspiracy stuff, going into, they keep repeating the number 33, 33, 33. It's stupid. It's real irrelevant. Nothing to do with proving that this was some sort of like psyop, even if it was. There's no court that will listen to the newscasters and the people repeated the word 33. Now, maybe you think Freemasons did it and therefore it's a Masonic code. Well, wait a minute. I thought it was French Legionnaires and then Mossad, and then there's tunnels with rabbis, and now it's Freemasons using gematria codes. Like, which one is it? What is it? Oh, they're all doing it. Remember her whole story about people wearing beekeeper colors and these color codes? It's schizo-y, dude. This is schizo non sequitur shit. It's not good arguments or evidence. It's Marty Leeds level nonsense. And again, do you think any of that would work in a court case? Imagine bringing in as your evidence, Your Honor, fellow citizens of the jury, we have before us 5 clips of newscasters using the number 33. Clearly, this is a Masonic code. It's not a Masonic code just because people are saying 33. In other words, you need to demonstrate that there's some, okay, prove that I took $7,000. How would I take $7,000 for when I constantly critique BB and the Zionist position? So you're just lying. This is what you guys do. You guys are so dumb. You're the dumbest people on the internet. You're Muslim level people. And you actually are approaching these pieces of evidence the way drunks get. So it's the same women that are into crystals and shit. Yo, I got some crystals. Yo, I was tripping on them crystals I was wearing the other day. And my Gemini astrological profile had said if I put my crystals on, then and look at the number 33, then we gonna understand Charlie Kirk have been speaking to me in my dreams. This is retarded. You can't see that? And all of y'all dummies already forgot all the crazy shit that Mitch Snow said that was fake as hell? You guys just, this is the thing. You can't just say stuff and then make that, you don't even know what an argument is. You guys are so dumb. I'm talking about the Candace cult. You can't even make an argument. You think that asserting things is an argument. It's not. I mean, one clip of her saying that Charlie Kirk is an interdimensional being who speaks to her from purgatory or whatever, and that the CIA knew from Aztec time control technology that he would be the Ubermensch. Dude, that should have immediately said, okay, this is bullshit. And y'all dummies are still following her. You are the dummies. This bitch is relying on dreams for her argumentation. Dreams, dude. Dreams. Are you serious? Dreams? Imagine that in a court case. Your Honor, I had a hella dream last night. Yo, Charlie Kirk came to me and he was twerking in my face and he said, the French Legionnaires did it. Now, by the way, I thought she was going to go off and prove Brigitte Macron was a dude. Everybody just forgot that? Where was all of that? Brigitte Macron was a dude? That was like her crusade. Now that's all been forgotten. And let's watch a little bit more of this because this is cracking me up, dude.
That was about, I think I had it. It was like 33 minutes before he was killed.
Charlie Kirk was
Oh, so because that guy said on a clip 33 minutes. So what are we supposed to conclude from this? All of these people, police, podcasters, FBI, they're all colluding together with gematria. I mean, this is so crazy, dude. This is why the conspiracy crowd is refuting itself. And I saw all the same shit after 9/11. Remember, we covered the Cass Sunstein paper, Cognitive Infiltration, which said there are genuine conspiracies, and what we will do is we will flood the space with crazy dumb shit. And then it will be so crazy and insane. There'll be so much smoke and mirrors of fake conspiracies, Tari, all this nonsense, that everybody will just look away because it gets so crazy and dumb and everybody's fighting over stupid shit like Charlie Kirk time travel. So I don't know if she's a plant or I'm just saying, like, what she does with a new conspiracy. It's an new X-Files episode every week. It's a monster of the week. And every week there's a new monster. And it just makes it look retarded. People that have a memory past 2 weeks, remember all the shit she was saying and hinging on Mitch Snow. And that dude is a total fraud, saying crazy shit. Made up nonsense. Total fake. And it all came out. Then Mitch Snow tried to grift and say he was the son, son of the Zodiac killer, all this nonsense. And then she just conveniently moves on. So it'll be something else next week when all y'all dum-dums forget the gematria retardation of this week.
Assassinated at UVU in the afternoon. About a 33-hour manhunt ensued. And for
By the way, if you want to question numerology, sure. But you better have a good argument or a good reason why you think it's there. For example, if I'm watching Darren Aronofsky movies like Pi, and I write an esoteric analysis in my book that Darren Aronofsky's really into Kabbalah, because he is, admittedly, he likes the Kabbalistic principles of gematria. Okay, well, in that case, it makes sense to look at that as a potential element of symbology in his movie Pi, or in his movie Black Swan or whatever. I don't even know if there is symbology in Black Swan. I'm just saying, or numerology. But that's not a proof that you can't. How would that be used in court? It's retarded. Are you going to bring in the gematria tards as expert witnesses on the stand? Your Honor, I'd like to introduce Marty Leeds, internet professor of gematria. He is a gematria expert on YouTube, and he will be our leading expert witness on how the number 33 proves that it was, in fact, the Freemasons that unalived Charlie Kirk.
33 hours. In 33 hours, we have made historic progress for Charlie.
Yeah, we get it. 33. Look, it is, in my educated opinion, the most obvious signaling ever, alerting those that are in the cult that this was a hit that was done by the cult and for.
Okay, so now who is the cult? Is it BB and his cult? Is it BB running all the cults? Because the Rothschilds seem to have wanted to get rid of BB. I don't, that's infighting. There is real infighting. So, but no, actually everybody's in on it. See, this is what makes the conspiracy stuff look so retarded. And the problem with the numerology is that there might be individuals who believe in numerology or practice it or whatever. The problem is that you can't, from a clip of different people using the number 33, which every numeral, between 1 and 100, it's a very common number. It's a number series that's going to be very common, just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's very common. So when you see the number 3 out there in the world, right, you look up at a billboard and it has the number 3 on it. That's not a mystical symbol to you that's the Trinity talking to you. No, it's not. See, that's schizo level stuff. Numerology is dangerous for our democracy.
The cult. Out of all of the Freemasons.
It's a non sequitur because very common geometric patterns and symbols, the form of word concept fallacy, are going to be everywhere, right? So let's say the square. Squares are very common everywhere because it's a fundamental geometric symbol. Everything is built up from squares and triangles, right? Lines and intersecting planes. But it doesn't follow from that every square is a mystical symbol of Freemasonry because Masons use squares. That's so stupid. It's literal schizo stuff. Let's go back to our classic Charlie Manson, Charlie Mankadonk, because he argued, I'm going to show you it's the same line of argumentation, that because the Bible says Jesus is the morning star and Satan is like the morning star, that Jesus is Satan. That's the schizo move, the schizo linguistic move. Okay. It's just a comparison of language linguistically of one type of thing having components that are like Christ and that same thing having other components that are like Satan. Satan is like a lion going around seeking whom he may devour. Jesus is the Lion of the tribe of Judah. So schizos and dum-dums, because they're mystified by language and they can't understand different reference with the same word, they'll conclude that Jesus is Satan because they're both described as a lion. So they're both the lion. Jesus is the devil and he's also Satan and a lion. Keep gobble, gibble, gop. That's the Manson level argumentation. Manson level semantics. Charles Semantics. Charles Samanson. Charlie Samankadonk. Gib gop, gibble gop. Gib gop, gibble gop. It's gibberish. No, not every time the number 33 is used, it's not a mystical symbol. I'm sorry. And it's the same jibber jabber gobbledygook of the bear cult. They do the exact same thing. All of these dum-dums are mystified by words, by language. They can't grasp one word or image can refer to different things. They collapse all reference into one symbol. That's the schizo move. The schizo move. I'm going to do the schizo move. Gip gap, gibble gap. It's full mankadonk. Charlie badonkadonk, baby. Charlie mankadonk. You can't kill me. I'm in your mind. What about 6-7? Yeah, it's mystical word spells, dude. All of the kids are doing mystical word spells. Look, we know as Orthodox Christians, there's nothing inherently evil. By the way, if you guys are enjoying the stream, hit like. Nothing is inherently evil. Numbers aren't evil. You're not meant to be, as a son of God, imprisoned by numbers, right? Are you Jim Carrey, the number 23? The numbers are going to get you and kill you because they're controlling your destiny? No, numbers are created things. God made all created things for man to have dominion over. It's superstition enslaves you to the beggarly elements, as Paul says. So stop being superstitious. You're just enslaving yourself. You're not ruled over by numbers and magical Jewish codes. That's retarded. Yes, there is biblical symbology and numerology, but it's there to promote and push the fulfillment in Christ. It's not there as a Jewish Bible code. Remember the Bible code? And the rabbis saying that Hitler's magically coded into the Torah? That's bullshit, dude. That's a bunch of grifting. There's no magical Torah codes that predict Hitler. That's stupid. And you're not meant to be imprisoned by letters and numbers. Letters and numbers are tools for you. Letters and numbers were made for man, not man for letters and numbers. Duh. Think how dumb this is. Is there another dude in the world named Jay? There's Juicy J. Oh, I guess Jay Dyer is Juicy J. They're the same BIPOC person because they're both named Jay. Let's just go full Manson, dude. Let's go full Charlie, baby. I am Jay Shetty. I am Big J Okerson. I am Juicy J. I'm OJ. Give me my gloves, baby, because I am OJ. This is how dumb these people are. It's the same name. It's the same thing. It's the same name. It's the same thing. 33. 33.
And lodges in the world. Every Freemason lodge has a number associated with it. The one that is in
So she must know her market demographic audience of the wine mom sleuths. And she knows that if she just says 33, oh, girl, did you know 33 is the number of lodges in the world? There's not 30. What are you talking about? There's way more than 33 lodges in the world. What are you talking about?
all of the Freemason lodges in the world. Every Freemason lodge has a number associated with it. The one that is in St. George, Utah, which is where Tyler Robinson was brought in, is lodge number 33.
Wait a minute. The lodge where who was brought in?
Number associated with it. The one that is in St. George, Utah, which is where Tyler Robinson was brought in, is lodge
Brought into the lodge or brought into Utah? What is she talking about?
number 33. Okay, 33 also being the country code for Paris. All of these people are guilty.
33 is the country code for Paris. So now we can bring in the French Legionnaires. Remember when Jean-Claude Van Damme, he was even part of all this? Because Jean-Claude, JCVD, baby, he is the Legionnaire. And if we're going to be, if we're going to get creative with our word number magic associations, if the French Legionnaires were involved in the assassination, because remember, she can't pronounce no damn words. She's also mystified by words. Notice the pattern here. She can't pronounce shit, can't read. So she don't know how to read nothing, but she going to talk about assassinations. That's a joke, by the way, dummies. Well, I'm going to go a step further than Queen Candace, and I'm going to say, look, if the French Legionnaires was involved in the Charlie Cork event and Jean-Claude Van Damme was a French Legionnaire in one of his best movies, then Jean-Claude Van Damme, son, was behind Charlie Cork, dude. What do you want to bet we could find the number 33 in some kind of association with my boy JCVD? Yo, I'm all up on that Kabbalah and Gematria. I'm all up on that JCVD. I'm on the trail, son, with that 33. This is so stupid, dude. Dude, I'm putting it together. JCVD, French Legionnaires. We're going to crack the code, dude. We cracked the Gematria code, son.
And working together is what it seems to be to me and the much more rational public. They're willing to look you in the face and gaslight you and like,
anyone that disagrees is gaslighting. You're gaslighting. Remember when the vegans would say for years that if you disagree, you're gaslighting. Yeah, disagreeing with you, you idiot, is not gaslighting you. That's not what you want gaslighting you. If you don't say 33 is the code, you're gaslighting.
be like all cheesy, like 33, 33, 33. Well, Cash Patel said 33. I get it. 33's got a lot of money, so you're gonna get the stupid influencers out there trying to make you subscribe to Idiocracy. Remember that?
More like schizocracy, dude. Yo, this Queen Bee over here setting up a schizocracy.
One press conference where they were all performative and saying 33 and we got them? We are talking about the highest rank of Freemasons, and 33rd degree in particular is the Scottish Rite Freemasonry. I actually only recently learned this thanks to my book club. If you were in my book club, you would know this. The founding fathers were all Freemasons working on international orders. I'm sorry if that doesn't sound like rah, 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 USA, USA, but we have to wake up to this because you have to understand.
By the way, before you... Dyer's a Freemason. I actually know what Freemasons teach, and I actually just debated the Freemasons and blew them away. We've had but if you count the Instagram reels that went viral, this is getting close to 1 million views. Because I know retards in her cult are going to say that you're a Freemason. You must be Here's me debating for 2 Freemasons, 200,000 views right here, demolishing these goobers. And between all of these clips and the Instagram reels we're talking about, so a million people saw me arguing against the Masons. So don't come over here saying, oh, you must be a Freemason, you're in on it.
How this country came together and how things have been functioning since. Anyway, I want to do a shout out here to the disgusting Lindsey Graham, who's just a traitor. He's treacherous, he's disgusting, and he's also disgusting for going to Disney World, especially all of the Freemasonic rumors about what happens in the 33 Club, the stories about the 33 Club and what goes on in there, and also the tunnels at Disney. I'm a subscriber to that conspiracy theory. I think it's gross. All roads lead to 33. With everything I have collected, I feel the exact opposite.
Now, it is true that the 32nd and 33rd degree are the top levels of the normal Scottish rite of Freemasonry. But you can't conclude from that therefore every time you see 33, that's some necessary connection or necessary inference to Freemasonry. It doesn't follow. It's just not true. And yes, there is Masonic esoteric stuff at Disney World, but what does it have to do with Charlie Kirk?
As Charlie Kirk's wife. What she feels 100% certain about, confident about, is that she's got 33 behind her. I don't care if the 33 Club is paying the $7,000 club. Just stop.
So now the 33 Club, which is a club at Disney World for creeps and weirdos and pop stars. Okay, the 33 Club it does exist. And she says that she doesn't care if the 33 Club is paying the $7,000 to the BB Club. Wait, what? So I'll show you what the 33 Club is for those that don't know. It is a quasi-Masonic sort of weird thing at Disney. And you have to be a member of the club to access this dinner. It's like a lounge at Disney World. So let's see, here's somebody's video and we'll check this out.
World's Fair, Walt Disney became accustomed to VIP lounges used to entertain the corporate elite. Disneyland featured Walt Disney's private apartment, but nothing...
Now, again, I think that it's likely, given all the weirdness of Disney World and Disney stuff and all this, that, yeah, I'm sure that there was creeper, bizarre stuff going on. We've seen many pop stars that come out of the Disney, pipeline are messed up, probably SA stuff going on, right? In fact, in some cases, I think that's been confirmed. But we can't conclude from that, what does that have to do with Charlie Kirk? It's just wild associations of this is this symbol. This must therefore be the same thing because the symbol is over here too. Okay, let's give you another example because I know we got a lot of low tier people that are confused. They're just mystified by symbols. Symbols are like literal magic for people who are my moms. It's just like straight up freaking. I'm doing Dumbledore level shit over here if I'm talking about numbers, dude, and symbols. But let's look at the Gnostic cross. Okay. Actually, a better example would be the Rosicrucian cross, right? Okay, so this is a cross that was designed and used by various members of the Rosicrucian secret society, right? Which was a Hermetic secret society that would have some influence on, later Freemasonic stuff. It overlaps in certain ways with Freemasonry. We talked about Rosicrucians on Tucker when I was on Tucker. And they were very interested in alchemy, right? So they had all this mystical meaning, alchemy, Hermetic stuff. And you can see in their cross, it's an actual cross, but then they sort of plastered onto it what looks like a bunch of like high schoolers, scribbling on a desk, right? Now, would I conclude from this that because there's a Rosicrucian cross and there's a Christian cross, that Christians are Rosicrucians and we're all part of the same secret order controlling everybody? Okay, that's a non sequitur. It doesn't follow from the fact that one group uses a cross to another group using a cross. Let me give another example. Aleister Crowley's OTO symbol with the chalice. Okay. That's not it. Okay, you can kind of see it here. You see this, the OTO rituals? There's a dove coming down onto a chalice. Whoa, I've seen that in Christian symbology. So I guess Christians are satanic OTO people because it's the same symbol. Like, people are just mystified by this. Now, obviously, the OTO, which was created in the late 1800s, was ripping off prior existing Christian symbols. Okay, Masonry and the Scottish Rite ripped off the Byzantine double-headed eagle. But people are so stupid that if a Mason says, look, the Byzantine Empire is using a double-headed eagle, that's the Scottish Rite symbol of a double-headed eagle. That means the Scottish Rite was running the Byzantine Empire, and they were secretly Freemasons the whole time, and we've been running it all. And some people actually believe this because they're stupid. And they don't understand symbols, that symbols are elastic. They're polyvalent. That means that they can have different meanings and intentions and reference. Is a kid a baby goat or a human child? It's both, depending upon the context and the intention. Muslims mystified by the word God. They can't conceive of the fact that God can have multiple reference. Just like the word deity can refer to different things. It can refer to an idol, a demon, the true God, an angel. It's a generic term. So people are mystified by generic terms and proper nouns. This is so crazy. Yeah, St. Peter's cross. Okay. A lot of dum-dums get mystified by this too. Oh, dude, look, the St. Peter cross is upside down because that's how Peter was crucified. No, dude, it's a satanic symbol. And that means that secretly the Satanists were behind St. Peter. I mean, it's just so stupid. Just absolutely stupid people who can't even, they just can't do words, dude. They just can't do words. Look, it's a painting of Jesus upside down. That's a satanic symbol. That means Anton LaVey was controlling Christianity the whole time.
Venue within the gates of his theme park. On June 15th, 1967, an exclusive club for Disney's corporate sponsors was opened within the gates of Disneyland named Club 33, a name inspired by the location of the club on 33 Royal Street, New Orleans Square. Whilst not originally intended to be the secret club of Disneyland, over time the purpose of the venue changed from entertaining their corporate elite to indulging private guests in the best of Disney's themed luxury. Very little information is ever officially released regarding the club, but if you're interested in joining, it's roughly a $25,000 fee for your initiation.
So you pay $25,000, you can be a member of this fancy lounge at Disney. There are pop star, Disney people that have been a part of this. It is only it's a secret door kind of off hidden at Disneyland. So yeah, I'm sure there's been some weird creeper stuff going on. Yeah, but none of that proves anything to do with Charlie Cork. Nor does it make sense to say that the 33 Club was paying BB. It's just crazy.
Being moronic on the internet. It's overwhelmed. I'm so overwhelmed. I'm having a heart attack. It's so overwhelming. There's so much evidence. There's no evidence. Shut up. Stop saying that. All roads lead to 33.
Yeah, all roads lead to 30. What's that mean? All roads lead to 33. Okay, now I had a couple other things. This was interesting because they did
is the evidence, and then
they did a response to her debunking. So she debunked what was in the trial. And again, I think that most of the things that she's highlighting and pointing out are just silly. Like tactical crawling, the same type of crawling that anybody who does paintball does. It's like that. Only a Black Ops, Spec Ops person could crawl like that. I mean, you cannot crawl on one hand unless you were trained how to crawl in Black Ops, dude.
we have a new segment, Stupid in 2 minutes or less.
Our a rooftop guy begins a tactical crawl. It's actually known in the military as a lateral crawl.
Yeah, lateral crawl. You actually physically can't do this unless you went through Navy SEAL or Ranger, Green Beret, Spec Ops training. Like, you physically cannot do this, even though a lot of paintballers, shot callers, and paintball shot callers, paint shot call ballers. Even though paintballers who are like 500 pounds can do the same lateral crawl. No, you got to be Black Ops, dude. You got to be freaking Black Ops to do it.
Let's watch that.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
Okay, so this figure went down on one knee and like scooted. You're telling me that you can do a scoot on one knee? Are you serious? Why are you trying to talk yourself up, dude? We all know you can't one knee scoot. That's literal Navy. That's like Navy SEAL. That's like the last day, dude. At the end of Navy SEAL training, after you've been alone, eating bugs on a mountain for a week, surviving off of your buck knife, eating raw squirrel. The last test is, can you one knee scoot? Right? Did you know it's actually modeled after the way dogs and cats scoot their butt on the carpet to scratch their itchy butts? So they actually train the Navy SEALs to do a lateral ass scratch, carpet style. And if you can't do it, you immediately fail out of the whole military. Like, they give you an F. And they give you a certificate of good try. Good try, dude. But time for you to go find a job at Business Corp because you failed out of black ops.
And I actually do want to show you side by side so you can actually see a real military man do that alongside this person on the rooftop. Let's bring in that side by side clip. Here we go.
See that? That's a real military guy. And by the way, he's not even doing the full authentic Black Ops version because he's not scooting his asshole against a carpet to scratch it, which is how you're supposed to do it.
Which military wears that uniform?
Right there is that a real military? As a lateral crawl. But we're just going to show you that so that it's clear.
I've seen babies do it too.
A back and forth flash there while he's military crawling. Here we go. There, and we're running that back and forth
out,
there.
Dude. Okay, we're going to do a fact check after, but it's fun.
That's freaking straight up Rambo, dude. Dude, Rambo would be taking notes right now. Rambo would be taking notes on how to do this shit.
The bees. It says, Charlene, will you marry me?
You now have that.
She's
so
signaled.
let's watch and see if we, with our eyes, can observe some sort of a kickback.
All right.
And again, I have to apologize.
What's a kickback?
This is not like Benny Johnson 4K footage, but it's at least clear enough here on your screen that you would be able to discern.
Kickback? Is she talking about recoil? Like, kickback. Kickback is like monetary, like scammery stuff, right? Like, I was involved in, a Ponzi scheme and I got a kickback. You mean recoil?
Earn a strong kickback on a gun.
What's a kickback?
From somebody
That means
who's
like being
laying
paid by
down,
a foreign
taking
nation.
Shot. See here.
All 18 pixels.
10 more seconds here.
That looked
okay. He is
like
up.
a slight kick, if that's what you mean, in his leg at one point, which would be.
I mean, you can't actually sprint at half speed unless you're trained by Navy SEAL training. Like the second to last day, for those that don't know, in Navy SEAL training, you learn to run at half speed, right? Because every human being either runs very slow or very fast. But to get that sort of sweet spot where you're running at half speed, that's the second to last day of Navy SEAL training.
The very mild recoil in a prone position, taking the shot.
That's a solid 300 frames per second, too.
Anybody see a recoil?
Oh, she meant recoil.
Oh, recoil. Yeah. Yes, I did. It's very slight, but yeah.
Through a scope, as he allegedly.
I'm surprised she didn't say RICO, like a RICO case or a RICO trial, given that she's calling it a kickback. So she's mixing up her criminal operations.
You might even expect a black eye.
What?
Wait.
Did you know that it's actually only Israeli-made 30-06 AKs that have kickback. American rifles. I have a NATO barrel, BERYL, and my NATO barrel has no kickback, right? But one of the key ways to know that you're actually using a Mossad gun, and for those that don't know, Gal Gadot actually crafted and made a lot of these rifles for the Mossad, and she thought it would actually be helpful to put kickback into the guns. So the Gal Gadot edition is the only gun that actually does a kickback.
Why? Did a bird punch him in the face? What?
Like it's a 30-06 in the pro position. She's acting like it's Samus Aran's plasma cannon. Like, okay, this brings us to stupid in 2 minutes or less, or it's free. Toolman, 2 minutes or less. Start the timer. All right. Claim, first one, that this evidence was withheld from the court. Truth, actually the defense demanded it be withheld, not the prosecution. The prosecution wanted this all publicly available because they find it very damning for Tyler Robinson. The defense said, don't.
Now, I know you Queen Candace cult people are going to be mad that I'm playing this clip. I'm playing this clip because between these two analyses, Gerald and Crowder have a better analysis than what I heard from Queen Candace. That is why. That does not mean that I don't have questions about that event. I think there's many things that don't add up. It doesn't mean that Queen Candace has the answers.
Release it, and the judge ordered that to be the case. Claim, the video depicts an advanced tactical military crawl. Truth, former Army Ranger Josh?
No.
Okay. Claim, the man on the roof is military signaling. Truth, former Army Ranger Josh.
What would he be signaling?
Yeah, so it's too blurry to see.
Was it like a flanking maneuver? No.
Okay, it's too blurry to see the kickback, but not blurry enough to see like, look at here. Claim, that person doesn't even look like Tyler Robinson. Truth, the person doesn't look like anybody for the same reason Mario Land on your Game Boy doesn't look like anybody. However, there's a plethora of publicly available footage, pictures and images showing Robinson on site with his parents, even confirming, but I'm sure that, of course, that's also the feds as well. Claim, you never see a person pull out a gun. Truth.
Here's the problem with the claim that everything that supports Tyler Robinson being involved is all fake. If the FBI has faked all of that and forced everything and everybody to lie about everything, right, then you can't really know that any of it's legitimate, right? So in other words, you couldn't really rely on anything if that was the case. This would all be just totally in the domain of nobody knows, right?
I guess it's not in this footage, but it looks like he's crawling with something in his hand. Sorry, tactically, militarily. Claim, there was no recoil. Truth, I saw some, Gerald saw it, I think you saw it. Recoil from a 30-06 is pretty moderate, especially in the prone position. The idea that it would cause a black eye, you'd have to be retarded.
Yeah, I mean, I am not a gun expert. I own 5 guns. I shoot guns every now and then. But there's no necessity to having a black eye because you're using any gun. There's no gun that necessarily will give you a black eye. This is retarded.
The medical examiner report, which of course is not real, it's all fed slop, confirmed that he died from a gunshot wound to the neck. There you go. There you go. That's it. We don't even need any more 2 minutes. That's that. We don't need the full 2 minutes on the top.
Again, if people in the audience, if you don't like Crowder, I don't agree with everything Crowder says, but I'm pointing out that between these two analyses, this makes more sense to me. But also, I have not spent the last year obsessively following every detail of the Charlie Cork story. I got other things I got to do. I can't sit and follow this every day and try to keep up with the new X-Files episode that Queen Candace has crafted for this week. So I don't have time to keep up with all of it. Between the two claims here, this seems way more plausible and likely. And I'm not saying that it was only a lone gunman. I have no problem thinking that foreign entities had a motive. Well, why couldn't foreign entities use TRANZ groups on Discord? That makes perfect sense. We've seen countless Discord groups of weirdos, furries, far rights get entrapped and used and provoked into doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And we had all of these TRANZ people saying Charlie Cork going to be gone next week. Is that not better evidence to focus on? So, and again, you got the same person over saying it's the 33 club. I thought it was the beekeepers. Like 6 months ago, it was the beekeeper club and people wearing purple shirts. This is retarded, dude. When are we going to start getting back to looks maxing? We need dudes doing at least 20, 30-minute makeup tutorials in the morning. That's what we need to shift back into. If we can get young white dudes looking fly, looks maxing, looks mogging, we can save Western civilization. That's the solution.